Alright, here's a practice rocket from a Super Bazooka that is in pretty bad condition. And I bought it for another project, but it seems that when I got it, I found out that the actual fuse here, rather than being a M405, it's an actual, which is a practice dummy fuse that they use. It's an actual M404A1, so it means I get to actually show you how that works. And but first, I guess I'll just show you the whole thing, take it apart into its individual parts, and show you basically what happens with these, or how they work. Once again, this started off as one that you could fire, and it has been fired. As you can see, there's a big old dent on this. So let's start by unscrewing everything here. You could also tell that it's much bigger than the cute little bazooka rocket. Alright, to start with, this is the practice one. What they did to make it a practice one is, I think they just filled it up with a wax. So it works once again just like as you see, it's full of wax here. And it sort of moves around in there. Probably because it did hit something, so it loosened itself up. And just like the other bazooka round, it is a shaped charge in here. So it would be a cone, an empty standoff, and the explosive would be behind here. Bigger diameter, which means that it's better at penetrating steel. So it would go into thicker tanks, which is what the original bazooka had a problem with. They were able to take out a lot of the stuff, but they couldn't go after the big German stuff. So they developed this at the end of the war, and it was used in Korea quite a bit. We'll separate the fuse here. And I'll talk about that in a different video. Just see. You've got the parts here. So that's your whole fuse assembly separated. And I can unscrew this, so I'll be able to show you the fuel, how it would be. What you would have was this here, which is your igniter. It'd be full of powder, and little igniting lead would be, as you see in there. So when power is fed to it, which I'm guessing it's about 3.5 volts if it's the same kind of setup as the M57 firing device, should give you just about 3.5 volts both directions. So that would ignite the charge here, which would basically spray your flaming powder into the rocket engine, and that would ignite the rocket motors, which here is a stand-in for them. And you can see they just use some dowels, but that's what the rocket fuel would look like in there. And the rocket fuel is a smokeless powder. And as you see, nozzle in the back end over there. Mine is missing the fins. They got knocked off. Nobody ever replaced them, obviously. It seems like it was painted after to this color. So normally there would be a set of fins here like you see in all the pictures of them. Go back to this. This is for holding the fuel, as you could tell. And it is also, just like in the other bazooka, it's got the particle shield or whatever you call it, so that any big enough pieces don't go through the rocket and get spit out. It stays in there, burns, and does what it has to. Doesn't block the hole, doesn't do any of that. So very simple. and does what it has to do in there. And that's basically how the rocket works. Let's get this back together, but so what would happen is your thing would ignite, and it would obviously come out the back here. Once again, the way it would work is that your wires are connected to a ground, which is your tube, and then the other wire will be connected to your firing device, which is isolated from the tube, and that would allow you to safely ignite your rocket with electricity. You could once again connect batteries to it and ignite it the same way. So for booby traps and that, it could be done where you just leave it in its tube, like in the regular bazooka. That's the main parts of the super bazooka rocket. As you could tell, the fuse is much larger and more complex than the original one, and I'll show you how it works in another video. Thanks for watching. If there's any other questions, if you have any comments, please leave them below. And once again, I may end up trying to get this refinished so that it actually does look like a real one, and that would be nice to do. It's a lot of work, so it's probably gonna take me forever, as you've seen with some of my other projects. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll have that other video up soon enough too, if it all goes well. Alright, thanks for watching.